Hi friends, this is Kristen from the Pros and Cons team, and today I'm really excited to talk to you about the pros and cons of being self-reliant. So to start off, I think one of the pros of being self-reliant, one of the biggest, is that you get to be independent. You are not relying on parents or government to pay your rent, to put food on the table. It all comes back to you, so you don't have to have that stress, and it relieves that worry of having that. Another great thing is it teaches your kids to be self-reliant. Sometimes I think people don't realize, but if they're relying on their parents to get through life, their whole life, then when their kids are raised, who are they going to rely on? They're probably going to go back to you to get through life. And so you may be supporting kids like later. So if you want that responsibility, sometimes it's better just to teach them now by your actions of it's important to be reliant on yourself. Another great thing about being self-reliant is it's harder to be manipulated by family. I think I've seen this where it's like there's this like if I help you with schooling, then you have to do this. If I help you pay rent, then you have to do this. If and like all these things, like if I um, give you food storage, then you have to do this. Like if I give you this money, I need you to do this. And I think that there's so many manipulation tactics that are used around money and not being self-reliant, because people are like, oh well, I can't sign up for this class because my parents won't like that or whatever. And it's like, no, like if you're reliant on yourself, you don't need to worry about that pressure. And if that pressure comes, it just doesn't have as much weight. And manipulation is not okay, but like it does happen. And so when you're not self-reliant, that can be a problem that you face. Another great thing about being self-reliant is that you just feel more confident about life. It's like you feel confident that you have it and you got it. Okay, moving on to cons. It is hard. It is so hard to be self-reliant sometimes, especially when it's like it would be so much easier to rely on government programs or family than to become reliant. It also requires sometimes that you keep jobs or get jobs that you don't like. Um, there's a lot of times where people will not get on unemployment for long periods of time because they can't find the job that they want, but rather than like there are jobs out there, they just want a particular type of job. And so to be self-reliant, sometimes you have to pick those jobs that are less pleasing and may not be as fun and may be a grind at work. And so that is something that can be really hard about being self-reliant. Another thing is there are times when I think everybody in their lives, but like that it is hard to be self-reliant. There's health problems that get in the way or just unexpected circumstances. And so, yes, those programs and the family is there for a reason to help you out. But that can be a con of being self-reliant. Like, if we're so determined that we're going to be self-reliant, it can hurt us if we really do need the help. Another con, not a great thing, another con to being self-reliant is sometimes it doesn't make sense. There are so many, like on paper, like if you're like, well, I qualify for WIC, so why wouldn't I get it? It makes more sense for me to get it. Or I qualify for unemployment, and that's way easier than going to work, so therefore it just makes sense that I get unemployment. Also, a pro with not being self-reliant, you don't have to worry about all that paperwork that comes with WIC and unemployment and all the government stuff, because government stuff has a lot of paperwork. And so you don't have to worry about like getting back on or figuring out paperwork with that, because paperwork's never fun. And maybe it won't take very long. I think every process is different, but If you're like me, I hate paperwork. So anyway, that's a pro. So I hope that you found this video helpful. If there are additional pros and cons that you would like to add, please leave them in the comments below. And you can check out more pros and cons on the blog linked in the description below. I hope you have a great day. Bye.